The issue we're having with the washing machine here is it's not getting any water whenever you try to run the regular cycle or any of the cycles. I do know that the water supply is good. I've disconnected the hoses on the back here. There's sufficient water coming out of both of them, so it's not the water issue. I believe it's the water inlet valve, which is this piece here that the inlet hoses connect to. So we're going to test that and replace it. I'll start off by showing what the washer does and a small clicking sound coming from the inlet valve back there. Turn the washer on, say it was full of clothes, select your wash, whatever you want, and then we'll hit start. Normally, whenever the washer goes to the wash cycle, when it lights up wash, that's when it would be starting to fill with water. It was a real light click coming from this area. I'm not sure if you were able to pick it up or not whenever that wash light come on, but right now is when the washer would be filling with water and it's not doing anything. So we're going to test that valve. First things first, unplug the washing machine from power. You shut your water lines off. Then you want to disconnect the lines from the back of the machine. And you will get a little bit of water come out, but not much. I'm going to remove this back panel. All of these little screws are a Torx bit, T20 Torx bit for these. So we're going to remove this little cover here, which has one, and then these other ones going around would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll remove this panel, and then we'll also remove this top one and this top one that are holding this top section on. This little cover piece has one screw on the far side and then these two little tabs that hook in there. We can just move this out of the way. After removing the final two screws here and this one here that attaches this top section to the back panel, we're able to slide the top forward like this, and then we'll get in front and lift it up. Okay, as you're trying to remove this top, once you slide it forward to the front, if you look underneath here, you can see when you start to lift it up, you can see a little hook right there. You can see that hook in the lid is sticking like this. So when you pull back on the lid, if you come all the way out with it, it still won't lift up. You have to go out just a little bit, find the sweet spot in the middle, and then lift up, and it'll unlatch. That's the little one right there on either side that I'm talking about. Now, in order to remove this top piece, I'm going to, there's like a metal clip right here, and then these plastic ones on either side. So I'm just going to kind of push these out, squeeze this together and push it out, unclip it, and then you can see it will kind of slide forward a little bit past this hook, and we can lift it up out of there. Same thing on either side. A little metal band up here holding it. You know, we can just like such press down on it, clip that out, and then from the top we'll be able to pull the back of it out. So with this side, just kind of push down a little bit on the top and push it out just like that. And now whenever we lay the lid down, that top piece is loose there. We should be able to just slightly pull it forward and unclip that final clip that was holding it in, like such. And now we can open this up to get to our water valve there. I'll have to test this thing separately because my multimeter is dead. So I'm just going to go ahead and swap this part out with a new one that I have here. And you can see it's exactly the same unit. There are 3 water inlet ports on the bottom. So whenever we disconnect this one, we're going to pull out these 2 screws, one here and one right here, and then this should pop straight up. First off, we will unplug these. So you have from right to left, orange, blue, red, and purple. They just pull straight off. Easier said than done. Good grief. Push that back up in there. Get those out of the way. And these 2 screws are 1/4 inch. Real coarse thread on these things. And then this should pop straight up, straight out of the ports like that. And there's one more plug on the front here. There's a little clip you push back like this, and that white plug should come out in it. There we go. Get it started past that little clip and it'll come out. I didn't want to pull by the wires itself. So here's the old unit. Here's the new one. This screen here was torn up by me before. Whenever I was trying to clean it out, I thought I had some stuff stuck in it from our pretty hard well water. A lot of calcium and lime and stuff in the water. You can see here where I took some pliers to it before. I thought that little screen was removable, but it is not. So I broke this one, removing it. And this one was pretty chewed up, but still you could see some stuff there from the hard water that goes in. So with this new unit, definitely don't want to try to remove these screens. Just leave them in place. Putting the new one in, very simple. First off, we'll plug this in, since it's going to be turned around and hard for me to get to. And it only goes in one way. Push it in and you'll see there's this little black piece here is a clip that comes over the end of it to hold it in. That it's seated all the way. Now we'll plug in the 3 water ports into these holes here. Push it down until your screw mounts rest on the posts there. And then we'll put these 2 screws in to hold it. Everything is plastic, so be careful not to over tighten and strip it out. And then we'll plug these leads back in. You can kind of tell what order they go in because they're the way they're laid out. First one being orange, then blue, then red, and purple. That's all. And then we just put the cover back on and try it out. And now what we'll do is snap the top back on. Okay, we have these angled plastic clips in the back that just kind of go down in the hole there, like such. And those will slide back just a little bit, and then we'll snap the front of it in. That's all that holds the top portion on. Slide it all the way back, and we'll start putting the cover and stuff on the back. We can put these 2 screws in here that hold that in place. Then we can put this cover plate on. The 2 tabs go in there, and then the 1 screw secures it. And then this back plate and the 5 screws that hold it on. Now we're going to reconnect the water lines. So you have these are red and blue back here. So if you're looking at it from the back of the machine, blue will be on your left, and it's written on the back plate here. It says cold. So we'll connect that one. The other one is hot. Snug them down with some channel locks. Not to over tighten, just to tight enough for the rubber seal not to leak. Turn the water back on. Put the machine back in place. Plug it back into power. Now with the machine plugged in, new part installed, we'll go ahead and test it out. Turn the power on. Select a wash, normal is fine. Press and hold to start, and you'll see that it's sensing. The lid will lock, and then once the wash light comes on, it should start filling with water. Success. You can hear the water, you can see the water pouring into the washer. So it was a faulty water inlet valve. Thanks for watching.